Yo, what's going on, peeps? It's your dude Superb. Another episode of MC2MC. We got Trusiifu back in the building.
Yo.
And we got Bleaux back again as a special guest. As a special guest this time.
How's it going?
None of the antics. None of the antics today, bro.
Zero.
None of the antics
Zero
today.
antics. So will not be
No
pulling
antics.
any antics.
Is he the one to be on like on the fuck shit?
Sometimes,
to put it kindly,
sometimes,
yeah. To put it kindly, yeah.
And
Sometimes.
ain't nothing wrong with it, bro.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes when you derail an entire podcast just to fucking do it, like it can go off the rails pretty quick. So
I'm here for it, but I don't know how.
I mean, if you're here for it, all right, you know,
All right,
cool. You know, all right.
Watch this episode.
Yeah. Check that
I
out.
want to keep looking over to him. They'll see if all right,
If
is
you
this
good.
are we on the rails? Are we cool?
Type shit.
It's
Yeah,
like
man.
given even the smallest chance, it's just like it goes off.
Go
like 90
left
degree
real
turn.
quick.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
So
But hey, man.
So I'm guessing left in a bad way.
Yeah, well,
more or
sometimes
less
left
like
doesn't
in a
necessarily
confusing way. Like no one really knew.
Yeah, you know. Sometimes you just end up in a alternate destination, and you're just like, hey, you know, I never thought I'd be here, but you know, this
Yeah.
place is cool,
like-
bro. Like, you know,
It's like the best part about the
Rocking with
position that you're in is that you technically control the podcast, and so I took
Yeah.
full advantage of that in every single
So
manner
you was
I
a
could.
guest. Okay.
So-
Yeah.
And so literally it's just just derailed it from your position. So today I'll leave it up to you, buddy.
Type shit.
yeah, he's
Where's
co-hosting today.
Tom?
Tom is in West Virginia right now. He's been back home, but he'll be back soon.
Okay,
I think like another couple. Well, no, he might be. He was in West Virginia. He was heading down to Florida. I think he's in Florida right now.
he traveling.
But he'll be back
traveling.
a couple weeks.
That's fire.
But yeah, man, how you been, bro? Since the last episode?
What's this like the third time we've been on here?
Yeah, third time. First time was Dadabase. Then second time,
was
it's photographers. 303 Jack all y'all.
I've been good. Living life, honestly.
Yeah.
Just got off the photo gallery.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Seeing like the city out and supporting. You never really like realize like how many people support you until like you in that room and then you look down.
That's more than 4.
Yeah, it's more than like 4 or 3 people or just database. Like
That's how I be feeling about this podcast, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I be
nah,
feeling
bro. A
like
lot of people watch it.
I be feeling like, we do episodes, but it's like, all right, when it's really time to like do some other shit, like,
Yeah.
how many people is really like, do they rock with us or not? You know what I'm saying? It's like, we just do it, but yeah, I feel you on that.
It's cool, man.
You told me it was a success though. You
Yeah,
know, it's
it
good.
was fire.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people wasn't expecting what was given. Excuse my voice.
Oh, no, you good.
But I think a lot of people wasn't expecting what I gave out as far as visually. It was definitely like I wanted people to know like more. If you didn't know me, like you felt how I live and how I see the world and how I take pictures and all that in one room, you know?
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was definitely cool to like see everything. A lot of times you have events and like there's like fuck ups. But there was like everything just
Ran smoothly.
ran so seamlessly, bro. Like I got drunk, so
You got drunk?
I mean, obviously, like it ran smooth enough.
Yeah.
You know? So it was cool.
Love that about the industry is that if you're doing it right, you can get drunk on the job.
Yeah.
Everything turns out fine.
Yeah.
It's great.
I don't usually get drunk, but
Well, that night you did.
that night I for sure did. Yeah.
Celebration.
Celebration, yeah.
Was that like your first like art exhibit yourself?
I've done like different art. You know, VSNR.
Yeah.
I did an art exhibit with them.
I saw something on that.
Yeah,
it was a little video they did. And he was taking
with
pictures
the
and
art
stuff.
friends. It was cool. I do a lot of stuff with VSNR. And then Quaz. I don't know if you're familiar with Quaz.
No, I haven't.
He's an artist, rap artist from Chattanooga, I believe, but he lives here.
Okay.
So yeah, he did like a listening party, and he had like a couple photographers do their like art and stuff. So that was pretty cool. So it was like that was like the first installment, and then the VSNR was like a second installment, and then there was this is a gallery. Liberation, photo gallery.
Liberation.
But to go back to the question, that is like the first event I've ever done.
Okay, that's what I meant. Like your
cool.
first exclusive to you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got to see. I didn't make it, but I want to see some photos
for
and
sure.
stuff after the fact. That would be cool.
Where was it at?
You know where Opry Studios is? You know where Music City Vintage is?
One more time.
Music City Vintage, like the East Nashville area.
East Nashville, yeah.
So Opry, you got Music City Vintage, and then you have like Opry down here. It was like in these warehouses across the street.
I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Right on the corner from my house, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Cool.
I ended up just renting the warehouse out for like 3 hours. She let me come in at like 2 o'clock and then
So like 2 to 5. Yeah,
2 to 5.
That's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the event started at 8. And ended at 11.
Okay.
So yeah, it was pretty
All day
cool.
affair.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fun.
yeah. So it was tight. Open bar.
So wait,
Nice.
what?
Yeah,
2 to
yeah,
5
that's
and
what you
8
said.
to
So the
11.
setup was 2 to 5.
2 to 5.
That's when we set up.
Okay.
And then really it was like I was there from like 1 to setting up. I was like 1 to 6.
Okay.
And then after that, I went out, got like some supplies and stuff, and then the event started at 8.
Came back.
8 to 11.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of cleared out at like 10:45, and then we had an after party at Secret.
Ah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So AB Eastwood, he was there.
He was spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
spinning.
AB was spinning. That's the homie. Shout out to AB. He's just like
Yeah.
big bro type shit. But yeah, he was spinning, and then Gas, Sav, and Richard they spun. So it was first half. It was from 8 to I think I want to say 9:30.
8 to
AB
9:30.
spun.
Okay.
And then we had the song Liberation play. I don't know if y'all familiar with Liberation by Outkast.
That's what you had planned in the little promo.
Yeah. So we had that play, and as that was playing, like I did a transition.
Yeah.
So first half is like all the old work that I've done, and then the second half was like all the new work. So in the middle of the gallery, I just took all the photos down and just put up new work. So imagine like you're looking at a picture, and then I know where you just see someone pull it down. It was just like,
So they pull it down and boom. It was like
yeah,
another
it's like
one right behind
a new
it.
one.
Wow.
I feel like a lot of events, like they're, I don't want to say boring,
Yeah.
but you already know what to expect.
Yeah.
For example, like you go in, you see a picture.
And
That's
then that
it.
picture just stays there.
Yeah, that's it. So it's like, what do I do now?
That's the way it is now. Yeah.
So it's like, what do I do now? Mingle.
Okay.
Like, how many times can I mingle with the same person?
Twice.
So, you know what I'm
I think
saying?
after 2 times, it's just you're friends now.
Yeah, you're friends. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like the point of like these events is to network
Yeah.
and bring like newer faces out. So,
Did you see some new faces at this one?
bro, I didn't know anyone.
Okay.
Honestly, but like
That's
Dadabase.
that's what I.
That's
That's
good.
successful one.
Yeah,
right
it
there.
was like
Yeah.
Dadabase, the family, like the Rooted family.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's literally like Dadabase and Rooted family. Like
Yeah.
those are like the people that I'm always around. Then after that, it was just like
Just whoever.
whoever was there.
That's good. That's good when you don't see the same
Yeah.
face.
And then like a couple like photographers that I'm
Yeah.
inspired by. But other than that, it was just
Yeah.
like, it's a whole bunch of random faces. And I was like, oh, wow. This is cool that you, like I said, support, you know?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you don't know. how
Did you
many-
ask a lot of them like how they found out about it?
Honestly, I didn't. I
Yeah.
should have. But it was more so like, hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is who I am. What's your name? I like to get personal with people.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't really like to be, I'm not a fake person. Like, I want to talk to somebody. I want to get to know them and figure out what, like, drives
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
Drives that
last
person.
time, man, we got pretty
emotional.
emotional with it last
Yeah.
time, bro. Like the crying question and just shit like that. Yeah.
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 I'm a very like, I'm not, I wouldn't say emotional person, but I for sure am like,
I'm picking up on the rapport and like the general chemistry you already have already. I'm like, oh man, so I missed the first 2 interviews, so I'm like, all right, what happened?
all
Like,
good,
catch
bro.
me
It's
up
all
to date.
good,
What's
bro.
going
It's
on
all
with y'all?
good.
All right, cool.
yeah, bro. I'm just like very, like I said, I like to get to know people.
Yeah.
I'm
You
a
ever find it
photographer, so-
like difficult to network at these events, even though you want to like get to know every single person?
When I was
Or-
younger, well, I'm still young, but when I first started out, I have really bad social anxiety.
Yeah, I get
So like even doing this right now,
Hey, bro, wait. Talk about. I know people who say they got social anxiety. Talk about that, bro. Like how you get over that.
really forcing yourself
Yeah.
into like new comfort zones.
Yeah.
So, like, say for instance, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this.
Yeah.
I would have still did it, just so I can like get myself out of that comfort of being like, okay, I know I have social anxiety, so I'm not gonna help myself.
You know what I found with that stuff? I find it like it's never really as bad as what you think. I don't know who it was. Somebody was talking to me, but it was like they put it like this. It's like when you're at like a party or something and like everybody's dancing, you look more weird when you're not dancing. You know what I mean? Like
You ever get the like, you ever been to like the parties where you got like the dudes just sitting on the wall?
Yeah.
In the corner,
And you
checking
like,
their phone, doing this.
Yeah, you like,
oh,
they on some
podcast
sketchy
and
shit.
stuff.
Like,
Yeah.
they finna ruin the party.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be me. Like I used to be that guy.
Yeah, I
You know?
feel that. So I feel like everyone gets themselves out of the social anxiety in different manners. Like, mine was like I would always like tell myself like, all right, look at that curtain. What's the color of that curtain? What's the temperature of the room? Like I'd like make myself be very aware of the moment that I was in, and then eventually over time it was just like, oh, now you're just here. Like this is you're not thinking in your head. You're bringing yourself back into like the reality.
I was gonna say my
situation.
granny, she gave me like probably the best advice.
Yeah.
She was like, a lot of times we're comfortable, and the best thing to do is be uncomfortable with being comfortable. Meaning like, if you're in a comfortable spot,
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa, yeah. Get uncomfortable. Like that's how you succeed. Like if it's not,
as soon as I get like tucked into bed, I start punching myself in the face. Like I cannot accept this. I cannot be comfortable right now.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying though. I think the idea of like being like complacent in something like that, it's like, all right, I need to go shake something up. 'Cause, like, if I just keep sitting still like this, I'm gonna get too comfortable.
and you're just gonna be stagnant.
Yeah.
And no offense to like people that like work like jobs and stuff, but I feel like that's how, as like artists or creatives or whatever that person may be, like you say you have a goal, but then you work at a warehouse and now you're there for 2 years. Now you're there for 4 years. Now you're there for 7.
It's been 15.
Blow had that change.
Yeah.
I remember
It's
Blow
like
like
just
a year ago. It was like, oh yeah, man. Yeah, even when I get big, I'm gonna still work just to show that I'm like a.
And there's
oh, man,
nothing
now
wrong
it doesn't
with
work.
that. It's nothing wrong with like working. There's nothing wrong with like 9 to 5s, but also like don't get comfortable because this isn't like. I feel like. Okay, so the world is like this, right?
Yeah. He's making a circle with his hand. Audio podcast people, yes.
The
step by step.
The world is like this, right? And around it, it's like this. Okay. Well, let me put it this way: you're like this. Okay. This is you, but this is the world. So why do we just stay in this like small circle? Like, there's more than life than just that one thing.
I kept reaffirming myself like in high school. Everyone's like getting settled down already. Like they're 16, 17. They're like, this is the relationship for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a Nashville native.
Yeah.
And, I kept being like, nah, man, there's 7 billion people on this planet. Like, don't move on. Go to other states. There's other countries. Like, what are y'all doing here? And so, man, I couldn't imagine just being stuck in
that
place.
like,
I'm gonna tell y'all.
No, man.
So y'all know who Mark Leda is? Have y'all heard of White Soft Underbelly?
Oh yeah, he does the really crazy interviews.
That shit is like, I've been watching like that shit just like nonstop this week.
Really?
It's just
that gets you out of your comfort zone.
It gets you. I feel like a lot of the time, bro, like we get stuck in like our perception of like what reality is, and like a lot of those interviews he got on there, it's like prostitutes, like pimps, like fucking KKK members, like hackers, all kinds of shit. It's like getting that insight to like what their world is like, because a lot of the time we don't know, we just kind of judge it,
and everyone sees the world differently.
Yeah,
that's kind of what the gallery is about, like trying to show people like how I see the world, because not like as a photographer, we see the world very differently than the average artist or the average.
That's funny. Mark Leda's a photographer.
That's crazy.
He started it like
that's
that.
Fire. Yeah, that's fire. I'm 20. I just turned 24 Friday.
Nice. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I guess you can say 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It's just impressive.
Yeah.
Know that at that age.
Yeah. I really like give it to my granddad. Yeah. Very like strong-minded, very smart individual. He definitely like molded me into the person I am.
Yeah, I remember you saying he got you into photography stuff last time.
I did say that last podcast. Yeah. But yeah, he got me into photography. He's always been like that role model, other than like my father, and my mom, of course, my granny. But he was always like the person I looked up to as like the inspiration. Just like watching how he like goes about certain things. It was just like, why aren't you getting pissed off about this situation? Or why aren't you like sad about this certain thing? Or he just really taught me how to walk in this world as a man, Because a lot of times we don't know. Especially as like men, we don't really know how to like do certain things. So for him to like teach me that was like, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you.
Man, it's important, bro, having role models, man. Like for real.
Especially like nowadays, because, bro, like us men, we're fucking, like a lot of us are fucking shit up. Like in a bad way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I did
like,
for a couple of years back there. Yeah.
Even me, like I was doing a lot of stuff I shouldn't have been doing, but at the age of like 20, 18, it was like, okay.
Yeah, about
What
18,
road?
19, 20.
Life will
I was
humble you a
yeah.
bit too, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like life humbles you a bit.
Yeah.
Definitely been humbling me.
Yeah, life's been humbling a couple people lately.
Yeah,
It's been out there kicking.
No, facts.
You kind of just realize, man, some things are not as important as what you think they are. It's just like,
That's
let me
true.
just chill, dude.
That's
Let me
true.
just chill, man.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you know, no, it's just it's a better insight. You know, I feel you. I think like a lot of it, like I was saying though, it just comes down to like the role models and like guidance.
Yeah. Especially in this day and age.
Yeah, I was talking with a lady earlier today, because you know I do like Uber and shit so on the side and shit. So there was a lady talking about like her kids and how like they're not married yet and shit. And we got to this whole thing talking about like men and dating and shit and this like this age. And she was just like, she was talking about she was like, yeah, like, you know, I want like grandkids now, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, I feel that. And then I was just like, maybe from like their perspective, like men in this age, it's like shit. There's so much shit at our fingertips. It's like, how do you like necessarily like settle on certain shit, especially when you don't really know. Like when you think about like Tinder and like Instagram and all this shit, like we have the flexibility to just like look at a lifestyle or something like instantly and be like, oh yo, that's what I want. It's like an instant gratification thing.
I
Like,
was just talking to someone about that.
yeah, we don't know how to like,
Or even like it's so easy to like look, like if I didn't know who y'all were, I can just go on Instagram and
Find
you
out.
know, a little something.
10, 15 minutes, you got my entire background.
Yeah.
But find me on Facebook. Yeah, that's all you needed. But yeah, I think the constant dopamine too.
Yeah.
And like it's like the whole, I think everyone getting ADHD nowadays is just because like everyone's just being over inundated with information and then all these things being put right in front of you. So yeah, knowing when to be like, oh, this is good enough for me. And like, you know, being able to tell yourself yes or no for the, I don't know, self-awareness.
Essentially, this is how it's supposed to be done in like a classic sense. Like, you just meet people, you sit and you talk, and like, boom, that's what it is. It's becoming like a lost art form. It's crazy because it's like
conversations are
it's certain people I know, they know how to talk better on like the goddamn like computer or the phone than they do like in person.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so weird. It's so backwards.
Yeah.
And that whole thing you're saying, like the social anxiety and shit, and like getting out of that pocket. I think like a lot of the social media and all that shit contributes to that. It's just.
Curiosity has been declining with humans because of social media and the internet.
I think it does. Yeah.
Find the information instead of discovering it on our own.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to go on adventures or like journey anymore and no shit. We're just
Creativity
like,
definitely has been declining because of over inundation. I do think people don't think outside of the box. Like, oh, it's already been done before. This is already something that's like on the. And I think that's been declining.
I also
for
think
sure.
a lot of like people want to be creative.
yeah.
Because they see it's the cool thing to do now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it, but at the same time, like the people that are in like the industry, like this is all we know. Like this is our life, or this is what we've been taught. So it's like it's kind of, I don't want to say it's odd, but it can be frustrating sometimes, especially because like the people that are doing it to be cool are getting like more recognition.
Yeah.
Instead of the people that are putting in like
That's
20
like
hours
really
of work.
Put their heart into it.
Yeah.
It's damn, that's crazy. I was talking to my cousin about that shit too yesterday. It's like it's something about it's always like I feel like this creative world, it's a very it's a tough path. You know what I'm saying? Like I know my manager John Walker, he said something that stuck with me. He was like, yo, he was like, a lot of people ask me about helping them with like music, or they tell me they want to do music or some shit, and this can apply to like art or painting. But he's just like, he asked him this question, he's like, is there any other thing you like to do as well besides like music? And if they say yeah, he's like, well, that's probably what you should be doing, because if this isn't like the only thing you want to do, you shouldn't be doing this, because it's a very hard path and it's not for the weak. You know, like painting, fashion design, like any of that shit is not for the week, dude, because it's like,
even though it's funny because like it's still art.
Yeah, you're trying.
People consider
But that's
that
the
weak,
thing.
but,
Like,
it's just not.
It's not really It's not even a tangible industry, really. At the end of the day, because it's like you're trying to get paid for your
not
fucking.
that. It's not security.
Yeah, you go to 4 years of college for music and still not make any money, a penny from any of your art. And I think it's the most incredible thing ever. You can spend $100,000 in education and just nothing. Just nothing.
It's crazy.
It's a risk.
It's a risk.
Back to Mark later on the photography thing. That's what he was saying. He was getting unhappy with it because it was like he did a lot of photography for like some of the biggest brands, like Coca-Cola, like fucking Apple, Bud Light, all kinds of shit. And he was just like, one thing that happened, he said, was it was good money and stuff at the time, but as the digital age kept improving, it was like everybody got a camera now and their phone. So it was like also the prices that he was charging, he couldn't even charge anymore because other people would give the same quality work, but they would just undercut their prices because it's like the accessibility to do the same thing. You know, I feel like everything with technology and shit today, especially with the creative industry, it's like getting a little oversaturated. So it's like,
the entry level for it is going lower and lower. It's
you really like branding and so like all these things, social media, all this shit is just like more shit you got to keep doing to like make yourself relevant in this age, because it's just a constant influx of information and creativity like coming all the time, man.
Relationships are important too, because like there may be a loyalty between like a company and yourself too. If you're a freelancer, you might be able to get something for $100 somewhere else, but like you've been my guy. You know, you've been
that guy.
Type shit. Yeah.
How do you maneuver through that? Because it's like there's a lot of fucking like photographers. I know, you know. It's like just being around. It's like, are you always like trying to scout out, seeing what the other dudes are doing differently? Or you just kind of like, fuck it, I'm just staying
honestly
in
just
my lane with it
to myself. I mean, if you ask anybody, like the only time you really see me is if I'm with the guys, or if I'm at work.
And that's it. Like,
I might be like at shows or something, but I kind of just stay to myself.
I feel that.
Mainly because when I look through the camera, like it's just me.
Yeah.
Like nobody's around me. And going back to the social anxiety thing, this is like what helped me get out of that. So it's kind of like my own little bubble, but without being like in a bubble, you know? So yeah, just originality.
Yeah.
Just
I think we mentioned that on the last one too. Like a camera to me is like a relic.
Yeah.
It's like something you can. It changes situations when you pop up with a camera. You're like, oh yeah, I'm here to do this or that. Like it just like let you in, or like people are like.
Tool. I was watching this.
I
was watching this podcast. It's funny that you said it. I think it was like 2 weeks after we had that the podcast with the guys, but it was it's called Strong Black Photographers, and it basically was talking about like when you have a camera in your hand, you don't really realize this, but like this is a weapon. Without like photographers, we wouldn't know anything about history. We would, but would we believe it without a picture? You know, we wouldn't know anything about the artists like Rihanna, Drake, like what they're going through.
What goes on at the shows.
You know what I'm saying? What happens at the shows? We wouldn't know anything about the riots. We wouldn't know anything about a lot of like the stuff that we need to know about. So, for videographers, photographers, like even like artists, like rap artists and writers, like the things that they use as tools, because without that we wouldn't.
It's like a reflection of the times or whatever's going on. You know that you're writing. You know, though words and it's funny how like words and shit, they're like very relative to like the visual experience. I feel like both of them are needed. You know, like,
after I like heard that, I was like, maybe I'm doing this a little wrong. Yeah, maybe I need to like rethink why I'm doing this. And after that, it's kind of been like, okay, when I look in the lens, like, what am I really trying to tell? Like, is it a story? Is it somebody else's story? Or am I just doing this for...
So I was about to ask you is, would you ever come up with, like, picture ideas and write them down? Like, that's what you're going to go
all
do
the time.
And set that up?
Okay. Oh, you look at my notes, like, it's literally just, like...
Well, it's coming from, like, producer, artist, writing, performing, merch, all this sort of stuff. Like, I have no idea anything about your life.
Yeah,
you know
no,
so,
facts.
Like, back in my head, I'm like, I guess they just, like, walk out their front door with the camera and they just start shooting shit until something, like, miraculous happens.
Yeah,
like, I don't understand.
So usually, like... So when I do photography, it's based off my emotions, how I feel at the time. This is like my therapy. I'm not like the therapist type person. I'm kind of like, I'm a little iffy on like trying to talk to someone new.
Yeah,
and, like
I feel
telling
that.
them my life and stuff.
Gotcha. You don't have to share if you don't want to.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like going to like a therapist and expressing like the emotions, crying to them. You kind of be like,
man, this time kind of go on, man. I feel you. I feel that same way about therapy, man. But
yeah,
it's like,
it works. It
certain
works for
people
some
I
people.
know, they did it.
Yeah.
And I be thinking like, man, I might give that a try.
Yeah.
You know, it's the because one of my homies, Ashton, he told me it's like sometimes it's just good to get a non-biased opinion on what you should do with your life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, we talk to our friends and shit, and it's like they fuck with you, you know, or they want to see the best for you. So sometimes they're gonna not fully tell you what you need to do. You know what I mean?
And like, I mean, it works for some people, but like this works. Like,
That work, I feel you.
This works for me.
Yeah.
And like I said, like, so if I'm doing a shoot, sometimes 7 times out of 10, something has happened in my life where it's like, okay, I need to leave the house. Like I need to get away from this point right now. So a lot of times it'd be like inspired by like a lot of stuff. Of course, Instagram shows you like a whole bunch of art if you're following like so many different photographers, even like producing. Like if you're listening, like for example, Kenny Beats, or you probably like get inspired and be like, okay, let me try to do something like that.
Yeah, it's a point of contention.
So a lot of times like I'll see something and I'll be like, I can either do that or I can do it better, or I can't do it at all. Yeah. So let's see which out of those 3 I can do.
Okay. What's the last photo that you saw that you're like, I cannot do that? So I got a few like beats where I'm like, I have no idea how that dude pulled that off. I'd be recreating beats from years sometimes, but like I'm like, I have no clue how they did that.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
There's this a guy named Carter Designs on Instagram, and he does like a lot of graphics, and I'm big on graphic design. Like that's inspiring as fuck. If you can like do graphic design, you're like up here for me, because photography is like a level, but graphic design is like
a near infinite number of levels.
It's very conceptual.
It's very, and like you really need to know, like if you know Photoshop that well, like I'm better with like cutting stuff out with scissors.
Yeah, like doing collages and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
instead of like online. So
I feel you.
I like I'm more of a physical person.
Yeah. So I see his stuff and I'm like, how did you do that? Like,
that's so cool.
Try to do it with hand. I'm like, nah, that's just his thing. Like that's just something he has mastered.
People like that boggle my mind. Like it's just like I love that whenever you see something new and you're like, I don't know how. Like, that is so impressive to me. And like I think like art like that is like that, like to harken back what we were just talking about. Like I think that's starting to happen less and less. Like for instance, like back in like the 60s, 70s, 80s, like music was just like, I don't know how they did that. Or like they went to this one place, they recorded it in tape and bounced it back down again, or like then mixed it in some other
it's
like,
just so
thing.
fresh then.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And so I think things that are becoming like less and less anomalous, is that the right word? Like things are
I get what you're saying. I don't know if that's a word or not, but I like it.
It's
anomalous.
a cool word.
You can make it. You can make it
Sounds cool as shit.
I mean, what are words anyway? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's just ideas.
We make up slang all the time. Like,
Facts.
I mean, you know, like, what is it? You know, an apple could have been a banana. That's how I look at it.
I like the French painting where it says like not c'est la vie, but it's like this is not a banana, or like this is not an apple, but it's a picture of an apple.
Yeah,
because like it's not an apple, it's a picture of a painting of an apple.
That's crazy that you say that, because so every like year I have like a subject matter. Last year was My World, Your World. This year it was Kirka. I'm probably saying it wrong. Kirka.
Circa.
Yeah, Circa. 2022, I Love You.
Okay.
And then next year it's another meaning. I'm not gonna really. It's just one of those
keep
things.
it hush hush. I know what you mean. I don't like telling people my next steps.
Every year was a different subject, but this particular year was like the I Love You thing, but like being like very basic about it. So this is a podcast, or this is a gallery, or this is a photo, or this is a studio session. So people like, if you don't know what this is, like, now you know. Like, don't question it. Just know this is what
it is. What it is.
This is what it is. What it is. Like, it's
there's a certain air of like existentialism with all of it too. Like,
Yeah,
that's interesting. Just being like, this is what it is.
It is what
it's
it
like,
is.
Yeah.
So,
I like that.
Cool. It was cool, man. It's like still like not the end of the year, so
I know, right?
Those, like,
it's like a whole half of the year left, man.
Yeah, so it's still one of those like subjects that's still going.
Right, yeah.
It's like crazy. So
5
much
more
shit.
months.
So much stuff has happened. It's had like 6 months, 5 months.
It feels like it just turned this year, and then like we're already over halfway. I don't know, man. I feel like an old man every time I say that. Like, oh, can you believe the year's going by so quick now? My knees are starting to hurt now. It's crazy.
2020, what? 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like the thing that's happening most for me in life, bro, is like I just been thinking about like childhood a lot, and it's like I just keep thinking about that shit. Like OGs be like, "Oh yeah, man, you gonna see when you get older." That shit hitting me right now.
Yeah,
like a lot.
Like, damn.
That
It's like a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like that roller coaster is speeding up faster and faster. It's like the
Yeah.
days are long, but the years are short. I think someone
Yeah.
said that saying to me one time. I was like, oh yeah, I know, I feel that on a deeper.
Nah,
deeper
yeah,
level now
it's-
than I did as a kid.
starting to resonate a little more.
Yeah.
Don't grow up so fast.
Yeah.
You'll realize when you grow up. It's
Yeah.
like, damn. Maybe I should have tried to
Yeah.
enjoy those kid lives.
That's what I'm saying. I'll be
man.
thinking about like, man, like when I was in high school and shit, how I just couldn't wait to get out of it and
man.
shit. And I'll be thinking like, damn, like
I think as a kid,
I still wouldn't go back, but
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it really wasn't that bad as what you think it is in
No.
the time of the moment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I guess that's all I'm trying to get at. It's like, what was something I heard? Like every worst situation in our life we had or whatever, like we made it through. So it couldn't have been as bad as what we thought it was. Like if we're still here. So it's like we stress about the shit at the time, but then we make it through. You're like, damn, that shit wasn't even that bad. Then it's like it ended up being like a cool story or some shit later on down the road too. Like
So I feel like COVID. It's like, wasn't that bad, but looking back, like it's gonna have some weird stories about all that.
Yeah.
Like the whole world got depressed at the exact same time.
I was during COVID.
I was in
the
heaven
crib.
personally. I
Yeah,
was
I
having
was
such a
gonna
good
say,
time.
I was
like,
playing
everyone's
Fortnite
sad.
all
I'm like,
day.
y'all know how I feel now.
Yeah.
Good. Fuck y'all. Like,
I know, right?
it's like the
People
whole
like,
world's
I'm
burning. I'm
always
like,
in.
yes, dude. Y'all get it. Y'all get it now.
Yeah, I was for show in the crib Fortnite. As soon as I wake up, 8 o'clock.
Oh man. I'm sure you got killer at
3
it.
a.m.
Yeah, building a
Still
tower
on-
in half a second.
still on there.
Yeah.
I spent so much money on Fortnite, bro.
this is a little bit off
It's a
of
free
it.
game. You're just buying skins and stuff.
Skins, bro.
This
Just
is a
like
little left
COVID
here.
money. So
Sort of look like Indiana Jones. Just want to do it so badly.
This is a little left. This question, it's about Dadabase.
Okay.
It was some shit I saw on Twitter.
Like
Like
the
the whole,
allegations.
yeah. What?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you can speak. I
No,
was
we for
it was
sure can
curious. I
speak
was just
on it.
like, what the?
So
I didn't know what was going on.
apparently, like there was a fake like Twitter
Yeah.
page. Not apparently. That's what actually happened.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
a fake Twitter page, and they basically like we know. I wouldn't say no, but it felt like it was out of hate.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people that do not fuck with us. Just honesty. And it's more so because we just keep to ourselves. It's not
I
like
remember y'all
you
saying
know what I'm
that,
saying?
yeah.
Like we just do our own thing. Like it's Dadabase.
yeah,
And if you're not like I want to say if you're not Dadabase, we don't really like be around, but
Yeah.
it's more so like sometimes you have to keep the circle small because in the industry that we are in, people try to like break through walls.
Yep.
And then once that wall is broken, it's easier to like tear everything down. So yeah, it was just a lot of hate. And the stuff wasn't true.
yeah.
None of us are like that type of people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was more so like when we seen it, it was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why are these lies being spreaded? Because we know like each other from the back of each other's hand. Like,
Yeah.
this is not something we would do. So we ended up going to like, Mike Floss?
Yeah.
Talked to him about it, and he helped us get like an like entertainment lawyer, so we can put out a correct statement. So like, it's not like, oh, they just saying some shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is like this was our lives you're playing with.
Yeah.
Like you can't just fuck up somebody's life like that. It's not cool. So we ended up like finding out who it was, and there's a whole bunch of
Found
stuff.
it.
Yeah, and they ended up like after I think 2 days they deleted the page.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, what was the point of making? It just felt like some
Well,
high school
the reason
shit.
I'm laughing right
Showing
now,
chaos,
the reason I'm
yeah.
laughing, you just made me think about that. I don't know if you seen that clip where like that dude that hacked like Lil Uzi Vert shit, and then he like had him on the shit. He was just like roasting him the whole time. It's just like it was that shit's funny, bro.
It was just
That
like,
shit's
bro,
funny
why
ass,
would you make a page like that and then messing with some, that's like, that's just, especially as like us being adults.
Yeah.
Like you just don't do some shit like that.
Yes, I don't even know what
I
happened.
mean, a lot of it can be envy, jealousy and envy are two different things.
Yeah.
That's like problem.
But it's still like in the same bracket.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically it was like,
Yeah.
just like I said, lies. People tried to spread like sexual allegations and say like someone sexually assaulted someone. And it's like, why would you?
Yeah, that's
a big,
especially
like,
in today's day.
Yeah, that's a big statement to just throw out there.
Like Me Too era.
That's a career ruiner.
And then don't have any facts to like.
Yeah.
Like if it was, say for instance, it was me, right? And I just made a Twitter page like that. And where's like the screenshots? Where's like the, why didn't you drop a name? Why did you just say like, Dadabase? And then left it alone. Like there wasn't nothing after that and nothing. So it's like, yo.
So did y'all have like a lot of people like hitting y'all like, yo, what is this?
It was more so like the homies.
Yeah.
Like saying, yo, y'all good? Like what's going on? And we just be like, yo, we don't know as much as you do, you know? So it's like we still trying to figure this shit out too.
Yeah, some people just really want to see the world burn, man. Like some people are just like, oh, you're doing something really cool for yourself. That doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
that doesn't work for me.
It's
like,
like,
try to
bro.
find a way to.
So you ain't got to name drop who it was. Was it just like some random or like was it somebody creative?
It was more like a neighbor type situation. But I feel like it was a group of people too. Like I said, a lot of people like just they hate.
Yeah.
And not to say like we doing a lot of stuff, but
yeah.
Niggas are doing a lot of stuff. And when you're not in that position, I guess, it's kind of like, so say for instance, you went out to produce for Smino.
Okay.
And you're acting.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're doing something crazy too. But you have a roommate that's just here.
You're home somewhere with
this.
It's
kind of like, damn,
like that.
why am I not doing nothing?
Yeah.
It's like, well, what exactly are you doing to get yourself in this situation too?
Yeah.
If you're not doing anything, like we're gonna hold ourselves accountable. We can't hold like the average person just accountable because they're not doing anything to get where they want to be either.
That's funny because I've been thinking about a situation on that. I won't speak about it, but just especially with y'all, because y'all like a crew, y'all like a tight knit crew. So it's like,
and the thing is, not to like cut you off, but like if we fuck with like, we're not like the type of people to be like, oh, I don't fuck with you, bro. Like, we fuck with 9 out of 10 people that we meet.
To try really hard.
Yeah.
But it's like at the end of the day, like the crew is a crew.
The crew is a crew, yeah.
Like, and it's just like because of experiences and moments y'all have had. That
I was gonna say like things that from life, death type situations to like being poor, like niggas have helped each other. So it's like someone outside of the family, because it's not even a crew really. It's like a brotherhood.
Yeah. So
it's like if you haven't been through what we've been through together, bro, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it is. I mean, like, there's. I feel like I don't know if y'all saw the Bummer World episode, but like they were saying that same thing. It's just like they feel that same way as well. It's like, yeah, bro, like people they don't like what we doing is like as a team, or it's like brothers and shit. I don't know what that is, but what I was gonna ask is like, when is it the whole mentality? So like you're saying like that example. Oh shit, that example. Keep it top on your shit. That whole thing you're saying about if somebody, other people, they're doing their shit, but then there's like that one person who's not. Is it? So say that was happening within like Dadabase. So okay, everybody's making moves. Then there's like that one person who's not. Like how do y'all go about, or how would you go about a situation where it's like, okay, it's like, damn, are we all doing something, but a homie's not necessarily on that same frequency. He's just not at that spot right now. Is it that mentality where it's like, oh man, everybody eats. Like let us try our best to get him on that level we doing, or is it like, well, damn, all right, he not making the moves or doing what he need to do to stay there, so fuck it. Like we just continue to move on.
With us, everybody eats.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like we've had these situations before.
Yeah.
In the collective or the group, and it's been like, if you can't, horse don't want to eat hay, he can't eat hay. Like if you can't make a dog eat, you know, you can't make a horse eat hay. You can't make a cow drink milk. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably a bad analogy. Cows you know what I'm saying? Like I can't like put a plate of food in front of you and be like, eat,
motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna look at me like, yo,
I don't want to eat, bro. I'm not hungry.
But at the same time, like if I'm like, yo, I cook, you welcome to get some food if you want to. 9 times out of 10, you're like, damn, I'm hungry, slick.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
I fuck with bro for even asking. So it's kind of one of those things, like, we're not finna just leave someone out. Yeah. Because, like I said, we've been through a lot of shit together where it's like, nah, bro, you coming with us. Yeah. Like, even if you don't want to come, like, we're gonna try it. But if we try it 5 times, you still ain't in the bed. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
You don't even want to help yourself out. So how can we help you, you know?
Hitting home. Yeah.
But I definitely say it's like we move as a unit.
Yeah. Definitely sounds close knit because I do know, like, you know, I have a rule, like if you become roommates with somebody or even like in a relationship with someone in general, it's like you got to be able to have kind of like not an argument per se, because sometimes that can be negative or perceived as negative, but being able to like actually have a confrontation and be able to settle, like, you know, figure it out and talk about it and things like that. So it sounds like y'all are to a point now where like everything can be discussed. But
nah, bro, literally, like we will
like a family.
hit the group chat and be like, yo, meet at the crib.
7
We
p.m.
all need to talk. Nah, like right now, like we need to talk about some stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I love, bro. Those are like my guys. Yeah, bro. Like.
That's cool. A lot of people really. That's probably why someone wants to burn it down, because like people like really look their whole life for like a family or a group of people.
And the thing is, like, I think we talked about this the first one. Like, it just happened.
Yeah, how y'all came together.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna be friends with him, and we're gonna build this collection. Like, nah, bro. It was literally like, oh shit, you cool? Oh yeah, you cool too.
And y'all cool too?
Oh shit, you cool.
So,
okay,
cool over here.
Let's just keep kicking it. And then after a while, it's just like, damn. I'm gonna help you real quick because you down bad right now. Yeah. And then the other person like, okay, I'm gonna help you real quick, and then it just becomes a family. Yeah. And it's just like you can't ask for no more.
Yeah, I feel like I always get like crews about. It's been like that thing because it's like when I lived in Dallas, I had a couple of those things, but like they fizzled out. So it's like when I see like crews, it's like, damn, man, like that's cool. I'm always like, damn, that's cool that these people have come together to like make they shit. Because like a lot of the time I be feeling like I'm just solo out here, dude. But I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Still shake hands.
Was it all? Yeah. Did you all kind of come together roughly around the same time?
Honestly, no. So.
Or was it little by little? Everyone just kind of was brought.
It was little by little. So Dadabase was originally like just a group chat. Sav was doing the 990 video.
Like broadcast and shit. Just like, sort of on a forum. And just,
it was the 990 video filmed by Duck. I don't know if y'all familiar with Duck Tapes. But he's like a good, dope-ass videographer, photographer.
He's part of that?
No, he's not. But he was doing the video for 990.
Okay.
And Sav...
Georgie, okay.
Needed, I think... Don't quote me on this, but Sav needed some people for the video as well as a show. And he was like, okay, let's just bring all these people in. In the words of, if your dad says you like my fit, that's a compliment.
I remember asking about the little homies, too, before that.
Yeah,
because that was a variant. Like some of y'all.
Yeah, so it was Lil Homies with Sav.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then Sav had 990, kind of came out the Lil Homies era. And then the Dadabase group chat was made. And I think it was just Richard. I think Jaden was in there. I want to say Philip was there. And a couple other people were there. Yeah. But it was originally just for the music video. Group chat like stayed as a thing. People start, communicating through it.
Sending some memes. Like, all right, real cool.
That's crazy. And so when I joined, when I became a part, it was more so I was at a show. I seen Sav and them doing their thing. Yeah. And I was just like a fan. Really just like, damn, these are some cool kids. Yeah. Nashville, back in like 2019, 2018, Nashville was like, it was cool, like, we had artists and creatives. We didn't have like
some major shift.
Was just having fun.
Years.
So I'm at the show and I'm like, damn, I really want to take photos of like these people. Like whatever I need. It felt like I was at like a Kanye show or like
it was like an energy.
Bridgestone, like I'm like I need to like as a photographer, I'm like, I need to take pictures of this. I need to document this. So I go to Sal. I'm like, yo, let me get a couple pictures. Blase. I ended up DMing him on Instagram. Yeah. Sent him the photos. Got his number. He was like, yo, I'm a big fan. So I'm like, oh shit, he know me, like.
That's cool.
We know each other, like, okay, cool.
That's just always funny, man. When someone's like, yeah, man, I know you. Yeah, I know who you are. And they're like, oh, no.
And then we ended up
I'm not even out.
We ended up doing the shoot at a gas station.
Like you do.
Yeah,
that's just how it
regular.
happens.
And then he invited me to the crib, and the guys were there. He had, like, some of the members are already roommates. Yeah. So it was just like, oh shit. You cool?
So it was like in 2019, like right before COVID?
Yeah. Kind of like during COVID.
Okay.
2019 is when I met him. 2020 is when, like, COVID, I kind of started being there, like, every single day.
March, April.
Yeah.
Man.
So then, next thing I know.
Before that Bag song came out?
It was after.
Bag first.
It was after. It was after. That's actually, after. That's when I became, like, I guess you could say Dadabase affiliated. Yeah.
That video is dope, man.
Crazy.
Shouts out, Sec.
I was supposed to be at the shoot, bro, and I had work, and I was like, you like think back and be like, damn, maybe if I was at the shoot, like things would have sped up. But like everything happens on its own time.
Dude, I had a moment like that the other day. I can't speak on it, but I feel you. It's like, it's one of those things where you're like, fuck, man, I missed it by like a few minutes, or fuck, I should have been there. Then it's like shit pan out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh no, it ended up being cool anyway. It's like, why'd I worry about that?
Yeah, so
it's that shit. It's that shit, man.
There was like a group of people. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
There was like a group of people I was about to be on board with. Like, they're like, I'm not gonna, I guess, talk about.
Yeah, you ain't got it. Yeah,
you ain't. I was like, oh man, I want to be with them so bad. Like, I accidentally missed something. Some work stuff came up, and then, like a week later they were disbanded, and I was like, well, I guess it worked out the way it needed to. I don't need to be a part of that.
Facts.
But it sounds really cool though. Like, I think like as a person who's been in and out of the industry, like I started making like music around 22. So like, and I'm like, it's everyone's dream to have like be part of like the Wu-Tang Clan group. At least it was for me. So
the crew,
like,
it's like the crew. It's always the thing. You want the fucking crew. You want that shit.
When the crew works out, it is such a cool thing to like, talk about. So yeah, man, I'm happy for you guys. Let's take this up.
What type of music do you do?
Oh man, cyberpunk, just aggressive. Like I'm very even keeled right now, but I tend to like screech and just like all that sort of stuff on there. But
your voice
Bleaux has a special place in Nashville.
Yes, I am one of a kind.
Your voice never like goes out or anything? Or?
Right now my voice is actually a little gone right now. But it's just because I didn't warm up or do anything. I was on some sucker and shit. Normally, like I'll rap my whole set while jogging and stuff like that. And usually when I can do that,
while you're jogging,
that's what it takes. That's what it takes. So like, you get the breath control, you get your diaphragm working while you're hitting a good jog and sweating. That's what you need.
Oh shit!
So I would do that and doing.
So they can be running around and performing.
It's like I want to be able to do like cartwheels and jumping jacks while rapping. You know what I mean? So it's just like you want to bring it to the next level, and so that's how you do it. But so I didn't do any of that for this last one. So my voice.
Tell Sav that. Sav and Georgie and Hunt.
Get him on that little exercise routine with the performance, man.
No, literally, pushing through that wall because like you have to like keep flexing your diaphragm to breathe air in. Cause it's like the whole thing is like you have to get air into your lungs. And like when you get your diaphragm tired, it's a whole different feeling. It's like
your adrenaline's going just walking on stage.
So
you're already almost out of breath. It seems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I don't know if you've ever been into a spar or a fight before or something like that. You know how like you can run cardio for an hour and a half, but right when you get into a fight, 5 minutes and you are out of breath, drenched in sweat, your adrenaline's going, you feel like shit.
It's a different type of training.
Yeah, it's a way different type of training because like also your adrenaline, your fight or flight's going when you're in a fight. But if you're jogging, listen to podcasts, like it's you have to like really force yourself to go to that plus ultra next level. To quote My Hero Academia. But I love that.
That's Fred's favorite show.
It's really good. It's really good. It's so good. But yeah, man, jogging, running, all that sort of stuff. Tell Savvy and all them to get out the box, man. It sucks though. I'll tell you.
Blow's health tip of the week.
Health tip of the week: drink more water and go on a run.
Keep the water. I need to get a refill here in a second. Hey man, talk about I wish we had Georgie here, man. Talk about like what's it like at Rooted. I know you're saying
fun, bro.
You said you mentioned the Rooted crew.
Yeah, I just started February 28th. So I'm kind of new to the team, but so I work there now. I was working at Opry during the last podcast.
Okay.
And I quit there, and put my resume in at Rooted.
Yeah.
Ended up getting the job. But it's cool, man. It's like another family, honestly.
Yeah.
You have Mick, Julian, Georgie, me, and then Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
She's also working there. And then like you have
who founded the store?
Jamie Alexander. I think it's like another guy.
Are they usually around there, or are they just
They come in every
now and then?
Jamie comes in often. Alexander works at the warehouse, so he's always like taking care of the warehouse stuff,
Packages and all stuff coming in.
I honestly do not know.
They're gonna open up another shop.
I'm not sure on that either. So we like in the store, they don't really like give us a lot of information.
Yeah, they're just like, yo, show up.
Yeah, we just be here, do your job, mingle with the people, work, have fun.
Do y'all get like commission for like sales or
it's
shit?
Like it's based off hourly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool. It's cool because for me as a photographer, like I get to meet people.
Yeah.
And the people that I would meet on a daily wouldn't be the people that I meet in Rooted. Mainly because, like, for example, Wale came in the store.
I know Jack Harlow was there. That's what George said.
Yeah. There's a couple of other people that were there before I like worked there, but I would never
meet those kind of people.
Yeah, you know.
It's the only sneaker shop in Nashville.
And that's the thing too. Yeah. So it's cool because like, of course, like I shoot a lot of shows. So eventually, like I would run into these people, but I would never be like, so what you doing today? Or, you know, or like
it's a lot different.
So what
I get
you got
saying.
going on after the show, and then like now we're in a full conversation.
Yeah.
Like Take comes in all the time.
Yeah.
And now it's just like he's just a homie. So when he sees me out, he's just like, "Oh, what's up, bro?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, what's up? How you doing?
That's
what
so
you got
cool.
going on?"
I think that'd be the funniest part about that shit too. Just meeting some of those kind of people and like, oh damn, isn't it cool as fuck?
If I wasn't working there, like I probably wouldn't be having a conversation with Take.
No, probably not.
You know?
Yeah. Probably not that one.
Yeah.
Networking, meeting people
Yeah,
there.
bro. It's cool, man.
I like Take Keith a lot. He graduated and got a degree from MTSU for music management and business.
Yeah, he's like
That's
a.
cool.
I thought he went to TSU.
No, he went to MTSU.
MTSU. Oh, okay.
He's I think he has a class there too.
Okay.
Cool. Surprisingly, he's like very quiet. Like he doesn't really talk a lot. But he's cool. Like he's one of those guys that's just like chilling all the time.
Yeah.
So he's pretty cool though. He came to the gallery, so I was like, damn, I appreciate you for that.
That's right,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
You
cool.
know?
So,
That's
yeah.
love,
I was
man.
like, damn, Take Keith is at the.
That's right. That's love.
Did he fuck anybody up while he was there?
Nah, he was just chilling.
Just
Yeah, he
checking.
was just chilling.
His producer.
I feel like he like real low key.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Take Keith fucking things up.
He's real low key. I feel like you either know
he's
who
low
Take
key.
Keith is or you don't when he come up.
No,
Like,
he's low key, bro. He's cool.
Yeah,
though.
most people are like, where? Like, I know that sound. That's cool. Like, his like riser sound. Yeah. But Take Keith, that's cool as hell.
Yeah, no, he's cool people. But yeah, working at Rooted is honestly like. I was at Opry, I was very depressed.
I bet.
Bro, that shit.
So wait, where at Opry?
I was a photographer there.
Okay.
I did like the souvenir photos for like.
In my head, I just pictured you working at Rainforest Cafe. It's just like,
I worked at the hotel.
In the background.
Yeah,
like, I'm depressed.
I used to
here,
go there just to like
yeah.
chill.
It's
get
a
away.
whole ecosystem, pun intended, man. The
yeah.
people that go in there are their own.
Like a while ago, they used to have eels across the way.
The eels?
Yeah, like
electric eels.
you can go pet a eel. Yeah,
I don't know.
It was
That's
crazy.
a no for me.
Crazy. My mom took me when I was like 10.
Okay.
I was like, damn, it's kind of cool.
Okay, no. When I was a kid, they definitely had some like random stuff. Like,
Yeah,
inside there.
yeah.
But as an adult, man, I'm not touching.
Nah,
I don't know how many
yeah,
people touch those eels, man. That water, I don't trust that.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, I worked at the hotel as a photographer.
Okay.
I did like the souvenir photos there. Shit was just.
So did you learn anything from that, or is it just like, man, this shit's depressing, bro? Like, why am I taking these fucking ornament?
No
fucking,
shade on Opry, but I didn't learn shit.
Yeah.
I learned the business side of photography, but the creative side, like, it sucked, bro. I was a supervisor there for like 3 years.
Okay, you were there for a minute.
Yeah, I was there for a minute, bro.
Yeah, you needed
like,
to change.
Every time I would go to like 411, like it was like, oh shit, he just came off of work, full work fit every day. I worked like 60 hours a week.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Just like,
I'll do it.
Yeah. So after a while, I quit. I think 2 years in, I quit. And
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, good job.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
Oh, don't do it yet.
I retract a random applause. Like, how do
I
we
did
do that
the
in
full
reverse?
time photography for 5 months.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went back. for another year.
Oh man.
Yeah. And then I was like,
oh man.
don't fly yet.
Don't clap. Yeah, wait. Give me another year. Give me another year. Yeah.
But yeah, I did the 5 months for like full time, just creative stuff. And then went back because they called me. It was like, yo, we need you to come back.
Yeah.
You know, people aren't doing shit. And I'm like, then they were like, well, we'll up your pay. I'm like, okay, bet.
Like, all right,
I'm there.
I'll be
back.
Yeah.
Well, I can suffice.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was semi cool. It was.
So the business side, you said you learned a little on that. So
yeah, I like.
What did you learn there?
As far as like financing, how to like run a business properly.
Yeah.
I feel like with photography, you just work.
Yeah.
Art. And you forget, I am making money from this. So how do I manage this? Like, instead of just spending.
Yeah.
How do I like log all this?
Get a budget out.
Get a budget out and like make financial reports and work Excel and just like the stuff that you don't really realize in the art community.
Yeah.
It's like that's just not something you think about.
Budgeting saved my life a couple times. Just being like, hitting like $10 left in the bank account. Like, wow, I'm glad I budgeted that last little 10 in there. But that stuff is pretty important, man.
Yeah, so like every Sunday we would have to go into like the Excel spreadsheet, log in all the money. And so I just took that and was like, okay, well, while I'm not working a job for 5 months, let me take what I learned and take the Excel spreadsheets.
Real world experience stuff from the job. That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
I guess that was like the con, like the pros. The con was just standing there for 10 hours.
What would the customer? What customers or no? Or is it
customers?
Just,
So
what would they be
photos. They're dickheads. But yeah, you have to sell the photos. So it's like $25 for one photo, and then like I think 50 or 35 for like 3, or something like that. It was a ripoff. I'm not gonna lie, cause
it's Opry.
one photo. I was like,
that sounds like Opry.
But
good business model though.
Shit, I was selling the hell out of the photos.
Commission?
Not commission. No commission. I was selling the hell
selling
out
the
of
fuck out of
photos.
Weirdest customer experience, or was there early one? It was just kind of like all streamlined.
I mean, for the Opry Mills,
plenty.
man, you get the weirdos over there.
This is just like one full story, or one like collective.
Okay,
let me buckle in here. I'm ready for it.
I think like 3 times in a year, someone fell in the river.
Wow.
Okay. The little river in the middle. 3 times someone fell in the river. I'm pretty sure during Christmas, Santa cussed out one of the kids and told them that they had autism, so get off my lap.
What?
And
that's crazy.
Nah, bro, Opry was so bad with like telling people like firing them or anything because they're like, well, this is all we got, so
like we cannot. No one wants to work here.
We're like 3 weeks into Christmas, and so how we can't fire Santa right now? Like he's got to keep going, bro. It was bad.
Wow. Yeah, and of course he's sneaking like whiskey shots underneath his beard. God, that's so.
Bro,
funny,
he was
though.
like,
wow.
You wouldn't. I guess you would think it, but Santa, he was a perv. Like,
yeah,
there would be like girls, women. After they leave, he'll talk about them. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, he was probably just waiting for certain girls to sit on his lap and shit. He's just like,
hey, chill the fuck out, bro.
Like,
dun 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 dun
right?
dun dun.
Just fucking.
Yeah, it's
I had
damn.
to kick out a homeless guy because there's like I'm finna like tell everything about Aubrey, bro.
we need
airing
names
out
and dates.
Aubrey,
We need
man.
names and dates.
Nah, so there's like this underground tunnel in Aubrey.
Yeah.
Where all the employees go.
Oh shit! I didn't know
So
that.
that's how we like.
I've my whole life. No idea. No idea.
There's like a whole underground like world.
Underground tunnel.
It's like a tunnel. It's almost like
God damn.
That's crazy.
it's almost like some
whole world.
doomsday.
Yeah,
like
I like
doomsday shit. You go into the
Where does the
door.
end of the tunnel go? Like,
Bro,
is that
it just wraps around.
whole fucking-
oh, it just goes in the circle.
So
of
this
the,
is like
yeah.
Opry and Stranger Things, for example.
Yeah.
You have Stranger Things and you have the under.
Yeah.
underground. So there's like
gravity's reversed. People are walking on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
But yeah, it's like a tunnel. So that's where like the lockers are. You
Yeah.
got the cafeteria for the employees.
There's a Wow, there's a
Yeah.
fucking cafeteria on the Opry.
Security room where like you get checked in and
Yeah.
stuff.
There's an underground cafeteria.
Wow.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Like that is.
Under the river.
So you mean there's like a
under
whole
the
fucking
There's a
Under
whole
the river
nother-
too? Are
yeah.
you serious?
And that's how everyone commutes. Like that's how everyone gets around.
That's
like,
crazy.
So wait, motherfuckers hop in like a riverboat or some shit?
no,
Like,
no.
I was about to
Just walk down the
say.
stairs.
Oh, okay, I was
Just
gonna
walk
say.
Downstairs and goes right into the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a whole like tunnel.
Come
So
with me.
that's how we
You
would
was-
like get to our offices
Yeah.
or get through the security building. Or, so you know, like the ground, like the pavement where you drive.
Yeah.
That's like a whole tunnel.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That whole big ass loop around is a goddamn tunnel for
Damn near.
employees. Everybody works.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
so
Fuck, that fucked my whole like. I've been to Opry so many times, so it's just the whole time I'm there. There's just motherfuckers like under
Yeah, there's
me.
mole people under our feet, man.
and that's
Like-
the hotel, not the mall.
Oh.
That's the hotel.
Okay.
But the
Well,
hotel's
definitely.
big as- yeah.
The I mean, man, it feels like there's like another like in DC. It feels like there's
Yeah.
30 floors of building underneath you. Like that hotel gives me the same vibe. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like it keeps going.
Yeah. So
Layers
it
of
was.
this. I thought you meant like underneath the mall. Like that's a huge ass under.
Shit, there might be.
Man,
I mean, there's one at the hotel, so it might be one at the mall.
that's wild to me.
Crazy.
But yeah, we would go in there and like, it was crazy, bro. Opry was an experience. It was an experience, bro. Like there was a time where like I ended up getting like suspended because I pressed a security guard because he like during COVID you had to get like the mask and the wristbands to go to work. He just was not giving it to me. Like I'm like, yo, I need to get my bread, bro. Like I need to go to work. Bro just kept tweaking out. So I'm like, yo, we can run it out. Like, we can go outside.
Like,
bro.
do I gotta fight you, bro, for a face mask? Bro,
like,
was good.
Because he was like just
There's a
cussing,
tunnel we can
cussing
go.
me
It's
out.
like-
And he was
Yeah,
disrespecting me, and I'm like, yo,
That's
I'm
not
big
cool.
on like,
Yeah.
it's either we respect each other, or we just
Don't.
downright just
Yeah.
have to.
There's no middle ground in that area.
No middle
Like you
ground,
got to
bro.
address that pretty early.
Yeah, so it's like if you disrespect me, I'm sorry, but
Yeah, bro. Like,
we gotta talk
Opry
outside.
Mills. Yeah, like it's
And
my
he
whole
ended
life.
up
It's
telling like
attracted,
he ended up
but,
telling like the head of security that
he
I
like
threatened him.
snitched. Wow.
And they ended up like having
Cool.
to come get me.
I guess it's probably not that surprising. Security guards, like basically a sawed-off cop, you know. Like, of course, they might snitch on their next level security guard. Still
Shit was
fucked up.
garbage, bro.
It's like, okay.
Like yo, ended up getting suspended for like a week.
Wow.
Then they brought me back.
Again, they can't fire you because no one else wants to work those shit. Yeah. Weird. They're like, all right, slap on the wrist. Guy's a dick. Here you go. But give you a pay raise when you get back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Opry Mills.
It was fucking ass, bro.
Did you have like any cool coworkers?
I
Or just like, man,
Any-
oh y'all.
any
I had
Any zany
some,
characters?
I had some,
Yeah.
but there was a lot of weirdos there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people that
It's Opry Mills, man.
Yeah, there's a
They're
lot of people
attracted
that
to it. It's
they
like
did.
this,
Like at first they were like, "Oh yeah, you
magnet
kind of
underneath
cool."
that place.
Yeah.
And then like,
no. You sleep on it for a couple
Yeah,
weeks, and then you're like,
yeah.
"Yo, man, you know there's Nazis living in Antarctica." You're like, "All right, man, I gotta go."
like,
Like,
they were cool for a minute, and then they would just do some shit that I'd be like, "Yo."
yeah, you the side look first. Like, did you just say
You
that?
just-
Like,
yeah, you just say
was a
that,
thing
bro.
You just did.
And just be like, "Yeah, I'm here just to work." and then
Yeah,
after I
bro.
realized, like,
That's the worst.
yeah, I realized like there was more than life than just.
Working at Opry Mills.
Working at Opry Mills.
Yeah, man, that's a good move.
So I'm very
Glad you
grateful
realized
for.
that.
I'm very grateful for Rooted.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for Jamie and Mick. Mick has been like the big sis. Like,
So did they give you like any like advice or anything like that?
yeah,
They tell
no,
you
literally, that's like,
what's the best piece of like advice they like
Um,
told you so far? Like,
Mick is very like good with like helping us through like life situations.
yeah,
Whether that's like women or if that's just telling us to like slow down.
yeah,
Or, you know, don't rush life. Or, 'cause she's like the older sister.
yeah,
You know, so there's a lot of good advice. Honestly, I can't really like pinpoint one.
yeah,
But I definitely say like we help each other, and that's something like a lot of us miss in like work situations because I feel like it's always just about the money. But here it's just like, how can I help you grow? How can I help you get to where you want to be?
Yeah.
Because I want to be like in a bit higher position too, but I'm not finna do it by myself. So it's like, let me help you get up there too. So that's why I like it. Julian is like became a big bro.
yeah.
I've only known like them for 5 months, and I already feel like I'm loved.
I feel like that's. I feel like yeah. I don't know what I was talking to. I feel like when it's relationships, it's not necessarily time that matters. It's
Yeah.
the experiences
Yeah.
that you have
And how
with
you
that
talk
person.
to people, like that shit is
Yeah.
important.
A lot of them have their own ambitions,
Yeah, so
like their plans and like what they're working towards.
Yeah, I know Mick is like really heavy into cooking. And Jew, I think he just wants to be doing cool shit. Like, he's just a cool guy. So, just like whatever I can do that's cool and help.
Yeah.
Like the community, I'm for it. He's also a runner, so he's like always like doing like, the runs. He just did a run with Nike this morning. So yeah,
this
like,
morning,
yeah, like the Nike by downtown. I know if you know, they just opened Nike on 5th and Broad.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like 3 months ago. But he just did a run with them. They have like this thing called 6 Run 5.
6 Run 5.
Six
That's
Run
good.
5,
Yeah, to him.
Six Run 5.
It's a crazy. Like when I seen it, I was like, damn, that's like.
Yeah, there's only so many you can
smart,
do. Like there's 6 Run Thrive, there's 6 Run 5.
Is there anything
like,
for the
all
winter,
those.
or like do they give
I think
out?
they just did it for the support.
do it for
It's
the
cool to
support,
say
yeah.
like you have Nike on your shit. Like
That's a good to have on the resume.
Is it like for everyone? Or
yeah, you can just pull up.
how often do they do it?
Dave's like, oh yeah, I got to run in that.
So they do. They
He's
did.
like, I'm a runner.
They did one. I think when they first opened, they did one a day. So that's like the second one they've done. So I don't know if they're like trying to make it like a consistent thing, but I do know they run every Wednesday. And then they like get margaritas after.
Like early morning shit?
Nah, late afternoon. So like 6 o'clock,
Interesting.
4 o'clock.
Dave's like, ooh.
And then, you know, have you heard of
Take that
Redheaded
run.
Stranger?
I know what it
Taco
is.
spot?
Yeah.
So usually they'll like either go there or they'll go grab margaritas or they'll like
Interesting.
just grab food after they run. But yeah.
Is it an outlet or is it like, are they going to have fucking drops there?
Yeah. So Nike is like sponsoring the run, I'm guessing, but 6 Run 5 is like the ones that do the run. So they're the ones that run like every Wednesday and then get margaritas. But
I guess I'm talking about like the store. Are they
yeah, they supposed to. So the parent, I think
Travis Scott shit?
they're like taking it slow.
Gotcha.
Cause like you said, Rudy was the only like boutique. Rudy, like you know,
They only just recently, like in the last couple of years.
yeah, 5 years.
Deal.
Yeah.
Because I remember going down there. I think it was like 2018 when they got it. Because I went down there to nap outside to get those Travis Scott 4s
When they first dropped, yeah. Yeah, so
Hardcore.
I think Nike in the fashion industry, there's a lot of people realizing that Nashville has a market.
Yeah.
So let's test it. Nashville, like with anything, producing, podcasts, the arts, photography. There's like, think of it as a white canvas, okay? And say if you threw paint on it, there's still like room for me to throw paint on there. Still room for you to throw paint on there. So like Nashville's just a white canvas that no one's wanting to throw paint on because everyone's afraid. So with Nike being here, it's like, okay, we see that it's open. Let's just make a Nike downtown. Rude is like, we see that it's open. Let's just put a stamp on it. If you're like doing, producing and making music, it's like, shit, I see it's open. I see that there's stuff that's never been brought to the city. Let me take that risk and just do it.
Tell you that, bro.
And that's how I felt like with the gallery, because it was like, yeah, we do galleries here, but let's do a visual art, like a visual gallery. So
have you tapped in with Clarence?
So he's the one that threw the after party for it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, he DM'd me like last minute. Was like, yo, tell everybody.
Clarence be tapped in, man.
Clarence be tapped in, bro.
Shout out Clarence,
yeah,
dude.
shout out Clarence. Like, I ended up giving him 2 prints, and I was just like, DM'd him. I was like, bro, thank you for everything. Like, enjoy. Like, if you need anything, let me know, because you've done a lot.
He's the best, man.
He's the homie.
He dropped off a portrait right next door.
Really?
And then came over and we were having a party out front and he had some cake and shit.
Nah, bro, he's cool. Like,
He dropped off a portrait next door?
Yeah, they bought one at one of the galleries.
Birthday. He just happened to, because we were having the party out there with all the Brazilian girls.
Oh, so I missed him.
You just missed him.
Ah,
He
man.
dropped off, like it was like a fucking 6-foot painting or some shit off to Melissa, and then he just like, oh hey, what up? He came over at the
Nah,
cake,
Clarence
talked a
is-
little bit.
What the fuck
Clarence is
now?
the
I miss
guy,
Clarence
bro.
now.
It's so cool.
Clarence is the
Those are the
guy,
best.
bro. Like,
I saw his second location that
Yeah.
he opened up, man.
Yeah.
I saw him,
Killing it.
I was there randomly one night.
Well, I was actually on like on a coffee date, and then as I was leaving, I saw Clarence like running a gallery on that street. I didn't know his like second gallery was on that street. And I was like, is that
right off of Houston?
Yeah. And I was like,
it's like Clarence? Right next to Soho.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
that's crazy. I was at Soho that night with DTL actually.
Yeah.
And then fucking walked over to that.
Right next to Flamingo.
So you have right across the street. So you have Soho, you have the Secret, and then there's like Flamingo. And if you walk across, there's like another gallery of his.
That's the one of his.
You said that earlier. Yeah, Secret. He was just clicking with me.
And then
there's no signs
just did
on
that
it until
George
he
Clinton.
opens it up. Yeah, I saw George.
He actually like yelled at me that first night I went there because I came in through the front door, like, and then like I saw like Brian Taylor and shit, and I came in through the front. But then I was chilling for a bit. Then I talked to Clarence, and as I was leaving, I was going back to the front. He was like, "Hey, Superb, no, turn back around, go back out the other way." I was like, "Oh, my bad, bro. Like, I didn't even know that was like." Yeah. Then I read it was like clearly it was like, "Don't use this door," but like I was being that nigga, like
Clarence
using
is
the door.
homie, bro.
As I kept seeing people leave that place, and I thought that was just people leaving the Soho house. Huh.
Nah, Soho's like a little
that makes
bit
so
back.
much more sense now. Because we're like, what? It's a weird group of people. Like I was on this date, there's a weird group of people leaving the Soho house. We're like, why are what's
secret location, bro?
Yeah, it makes so much more sense.
You know, he's all about the fucking like
after dark,
keeping it low key.
Whatever happens after dark happens.
Shit.
Yeah,
no one has to know.
That's how it is. There was something you said about earlier with Rooted, like the whole like the advice and like everybody growing. I feel like, especially with me at this point in my life, it's like learning to like let others help you. That's like a big thing I've been learning. It's like usually I'm like, I'll do it myself. And it's like for me, it's always been like taking help to me is weird sometimes because it's like sometimes you just feel like niggas trying to hold some shit over your head if they help you or some shit. It's like, like, do I want to take this help or like it's weird being vulnerable like that and letting people give you that help sometimes, you know. How do you reflect on that, especially being like Dadabase or like working with the team? They're like, is that a problem you ever encountered? Like letting other people help you?
No, it's just not like I feel like that's how you don't grow. There's no I in team.
That's true.
You know, so with that like being said, like we need help. Rather that's like when you're. There's probably a lot of like metaphors in this, but whenever like you have your mom and your father, like they help you, they teach you how to use a bathroom, they teach you how to shower, So you have to like, you still have to have help in life. You can't do this on our own. Life is hard.
Oh yeah.
Like,
tell me
life
about it.
is hard.
Life is fucking hard.
We can't do this on our own, and that's just something like. When I was kind of younger, I was always like, I got this. Yeah. But once I got into my adult years, once I got in my adult years, I was like, I don't got this. I just simply don't. Cause even my mom, she'd be like, well, if you need anything, I got you. And I'd be like, nah, I'm straight. And I'm like, damn, why did I say that? Like,
ego.
I still need help. Yeah. But now that I said no, like, I gotta figure this shit out.
Been there.
If I only would have just been like, yo, I need help, like she would have just been like, I got you.
It definitely allows you to grow in wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, all right, now I have to fend for myself now. It makes it like you up the difficulty on the game by 3 levels, but also like, you do.
My mama forced me to take the help. I just talked to her like recently. It was just like I was having like a bad day. I just called. She was like, "Here, what do you need?" Like, she was like, "Do you need me to like send you something or some shit?" I'm like, "Nah, I really didn't need it to." And she's just like, "I don't care. I don't like talking to you like this." And she just hung up and just like, "I'm just gonna send you some shit. Like, talk to me when you're like in a better mood." Yeah, I'm like, I ain't even. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, fuck it. I'm saying I'll take it. Like, fuck.
My granny, my granny's like very independent. Yeah. So like she has like, they like give her a new knee. Yeah. So she has like the metal.
Oh shit.
And stuff. So whenever she like went in surgery, like we're trying to help her, and she's like, "Nah, I'll get up and do it." And we're like, "Yo, you can't move. Like we got you." So I get like that trait a little bit sometimes because of her. But I think now she's realizing like even her at an older age, like she needs help too. So.
It's like it's a pride thing most of the time.
It is, yeah.
It's just like you want to do things on your own. You don't. I feel like sometimes it's just like not wanting to feel weak or something, or it's just like feel less.
Especially for like men.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. We're
Definitely.
trying to do everything by ourselves.
I'm trying to like reiterate to myself, like people tend to want to help people who help themselves. And so like trying to force myself to like, all right, try to really help yourself, like get through this next step, like make sure you don't ask for help. And more often than not, people want to help you out to get to these next steps, seeing you work that hard to go to this next level. So it's cool that you got a team like that, like at Rooted, who are like, where are you trying to go? Like, what's your next steps? All this sort of stuff. But yeah, it seems like everyone's all trying to do upward mobility.
You just always need that, like, there's a lot we can bounce off. I was watching more of that Soft White Underbelly. There's this dude named Gummo. That was his nickname. But he was like this hacker. He like hacked like Dish Network and all this shit. But then like, you know, his story was interesting because he's like, he started off hacking like Dish Network and all this shit, but then he was about to get locked up on a federal charge. But he was like, all right, instead of us locking up, like, how about you just help us like learn what you're doing and like bust other hackers and shit. So it's like cool story. But he mentioned this one thing where he was like, he was about to have like his kid. He was like working at like this grocery store and shit. And, like he had dropped out of school when he was like in 7th grade and all this crazy shit. And he was just like, and it took like his girlfriend and like his girlfriend's parents were just like, yo, like we believe in you, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? We believe you can like really be something. And he just got like, he really teared up about that very specific thing. I guess like the point I'm getting at, like a lot of the time, bro, like when you need that second wind and shit like that, you need those people. Sometimes it just take like that one person's like, yo, I do believe in you, bro. It's like, you can be that. I feel like a lot of times we don't tell people that because we're just like so caught up in our shit and doing what we need. And sometimes it's just good to hear that, like, nah, bro, you do got this. Or like, nah, there is something to that shit. Like, you can do that.
To piggyback off of that, so with the whole gallery, I was in it for like 6 months. And I had picked like certain people to like be a part.
Yeah.
And 2 of the people that I picked to be like my right hand, so if I couldn't do something, like they had it, was Jonathan, which is 303, and then Julian. And it was a point in time where I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna get this done. Yeah. And they was like, nah, bro, you got it. Like Red Bull pulled out the event. They're like, yeah, you got it. I'm like, damn, y'all see something in me that I don't see in myself. And it's cool to have like people like that. Like you said, it helps you realize more than what you really know. So yeah, no, I agree for sure. Like,
bro, it's cool hearing that shit for real. Like, especially when you doing like some shit where you like, cause creativity is all about. It's like putting something out there.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the times. And, you know, we don't really know how it's going to be received. A lot of the times it's just like, you know, you'll find your people when you do put that art out, you know. But it's like, it takes that step of doing it. And it's sometimes it's like you're saying, bro, it's people will see that shit and you don't see yourself. And sometimes it's just really hard to see it. You know what I'm saying? And you need that support system. That's what I was talking about my cousin K Watch. Is like support systems and shit are so important. It's like how you really get to that next level. Because a lot of times, bro, like we all know it, our darkest thoughts come and shit when we land on that pillow by ourselves at night and shit. You know what I'm saying? You be reflecting on your life. You be like, damn, did I make that right decision? Why am I doing this? You know, sometimes it's important to have that so you can get that reminder like, no, this is why I'm doing this thing. Whatever it is I'm doing. This is why I chose to do it. So, yeah, just piggybacking it. Yeah, that's really important, bro. Support systems, man. Really important. Look like you got something you want to say over there.
Oh, I was, I don't know why my head was going to this. So, you know, when you, this is complete dog-legging conversation. This is what I mean, like, keeping on tracks here. So when people play, like, tennis, they get, like, tennis shoulder. Is there, like, an equivalent for that for like, photographers, like, photographer finger? Your second digit just starts, like, going out.
His brain was going everywhere with that question. That's why I was just like,
I don't know why.
So this is, like, my main camera.
Sorry to pivot, everybody. We're getting.
No, you're good.
I just took it.
Yeah, bro. We need those.
I'll bring the levity. The levity.
No, so this is like my main camera I shoot with.
Yeah.
And then I have my 120mm camera, which is like a boulder.
Okay.
Like
you have to really.
I'm trying to see if you have anything in here that compare to it. It's like holding a speaker.
Speaker, yeah.
So just think you're like looking inside of it. Not as big as that speaker, maybe like half the size.
Probably all the same weight though.
Same weight, yeah, almost the same weight. Because it's straight metal.
Do you ever think about just getting like the backpack, like doing like the?
Bro, I'm bad on camera straps.
Gotcha.
Like I'm bad. Like I only have this on here because
it looks cool.
Oh, you risky.
Yeah,
you get risky with it.
No, I only had this on here because I was shooting something and I was trying to be risky.
Yeah.
And if this breaks, like that's my life, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, let me throw this camera strap on here. But on the Mamiya, like let me make
literally my life. Let's put a strap on it. Yeah.
On the Mamiya, like you're looking into it and like this is really how you hold it.
Yeah.
You advance the film.
Gotcha.
But think of you holding this for 10 pictures. After you're done, you're like here with it.
Yeah.
Bro, it got to a point where like my whole like back was like fucked up. So I went to the doctor and they're like, well, what do you do? Like, I'm a photographer.
I carry boulders. Yeah.
Like, and then also working at Opry, we always had to have the camera strap on our neck.
Yeah, they'll get you there.
So, and that's like...
Does this over
Bro, I literally just went to the chiropractor. I was telling her that, like, for the first time a couple weeks ago. Hit that chiropractor if you haven't been, bro.
I've heard this guy. I had physical therapy.
Yeah.
I got in a car accident. They gave me physical therapy. It was the best.
Yeah,
Bro was like...
Yeah,
my shoulder like popping. I was like, oh... Damn.
Like, damn, right, yeah. Like, okay, there's something to this. Okay,
pop that first rib and your shoulder reset. It's
every
like,
now and then I'll be like, hit on one of my friends. You trying to walk on my back real quick?
That's great. That's great. Yeah. Did that for my parents when I was a kid. I was like 3 or 4, and of course I didn't grow quick, so I, like these little toes would just like crack all their knots and stuff. They loved me. Now they don't, but they loved me back then.
It feels amazing, bro.
It's great.
It's like so much pressure just release. Like you can be stressed and.
I remember like the first time they popped my neck, my arms did this. I didn't know like I had all these pinched nerves in my neck. So like they popped my neck once, my arms did this, and I was like, oh my god, I can feel my fingertips again. Holy shit. Yeah.
It's a whole thing, dude.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole fucking thing.
It can be stressful on your body.
Yeah.
You got equipment too, like lights,
camera,
actions, heavy gear,
backpacks. Tripods.
It's really funny to me for some reason. Yeah, lights. Yeah, cameras. Got action.
Yeah, dude.
Carrying that action with you.
It can be strange, but I don't know. Yeah. It's worth it.
Okay.
It's worth it for sure.
When's your next gallery show? Do you have one planned or anything like that?
You said 2023 is the next big concept.
That's the subject. That's the concept.
Yeah.
Gallery wise, I don't know if I want to do another gallery.
Yeah.
I think my main thing has been like putting other artists on.
Yeah.
So the first event, of course, you have to like showcase yourself.
Yeah.
So people know like
who you
this
are.
This is what I do. This is who I am. I'm a photographer. Blase.
Yep.
But I also want to like help people that really don't know how to get to a certain point.
Yeah.
Especially like with me having a background. I've been in the city for 15 years.
Yeah.
So it's like I've seen like Nashville mode and what it is now. Yeah. So it's like
it's very different.
Way different.
Anybody should do it. Like, not to like put myself on a pedestal, but
just raise your hand slowly.
I should be that person.
It's like that blank canvas idea you're talking about earlier, where like you just need to splash your paint down. Like you just got to go take the field on it and actually just do it in the first place. But
it's a risk, and I feel like no one's really.
I mean, that's I feel like that's like the creative obligation, dude. It's like if you are part of this shit and you see what's going on, it's like how do you play a part?
Yeah.
It's only like leaders or followers and like,
and I feel like a lot of
winners and losers or fucking.
Well, leadership's assumed too, so you just raising your hand is like what exactly what you need.
Because it's like you're either gonna set out there, because leadership, like creativity, is all about putting something out there, like thinking of something to make. If not, most of the time you're just following and looking what everybody else is doing and you're just going off of that. So it's only 2 ways to really do it. True. It's only 2 ways to really do it, man.
I feel like a lot of people are scared to take the risk of like going that extra mile or taking that next step or being that face to do whatever it is. And it's like, I honestly, I'm not scared.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? Like, I'll be crucified. I'll be the guy.
But also this is like, I was telling was on Twitter, like Slick was talking a lot of shit, but
I talk a lot of shit on my Twitter.
Was like, yo, like if you don't know who I am, like Friday night, this is for you to know because this is my life's work. Like everything that I've worked on has been put in this moment. So like I said, this is my life work, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get to where I need to be, and also help the people around me get to where they need to be. Because like I said, there's no I in team. Yeah, it's either we or you.
It's better with we. How many photographers are in Dadabase so far?
Jonathan,
a lot, bro.
I'm sure like everyone kind of does a little bit of everything.
So sounds like it's Jonathan, Jaden, Cam. Philip just started doing photos. Garrett does like photo, video. That's it.
Then the majority model too on the side. I remember everybody was like, "Yeah, I do this in the model."
I'm not the model. I'm cool on the model.
He's like, I'm cool.
I'm cool on model
for now. Yeah,
a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of people do model.
Have your database started getting into like NFTs and shit since you do photography?
Bro, me and Jonathan been talking about it. I thought about doing it after like the whole gallery stuff is like settled down and it's just like me focusing on what's next. I have an account. It's on. I don't think it's open. It's another one. Yeah, it's another one. I don't know what his name. I looked into OpenSea though. That's a lot. That's like a popular one, isn't it?
I don't know if you can mint stuff on there. With
I don't think. Yeah.
Of the NFT.
Yeah.
It's more so like the because originally you sell them on either your website or your platform, and then they're on OpenSea after they sold or something. But I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
But the fact that you can make royalties on your own.
Yeah. I actually want to do like an NFT project. Just straight black and white photos, and maybe like 10 photos collection, NFT it, and if those photos sell, they do. If they don't, they don't. Just to have it like out there in the world.
You thought about the utilities with it? Like it
has to tell it. Yeah, it has to tell a story, doesn't it?
Not just a story, but you have to get something else. Like so say you do 10 special photos or something. It gives you like lifelong tickets to Savvy shows. You know what I mean? There has to be like something else with it.
Yeah, a little incentive.
But that could be something you all chat about, like what else can these photos that makes them limited, you know?
Never thought about that.
Oh. There's so much potential.
Fuck was that beeping?
Microwave.
Oh, okay.
Y'all cooking?
Someone is.
Scared me. Yeah, we had a little.
Beep.
Nah, I had a little PTSD. There was we had Grace Hall on a couple episodes ago, and fucking camera died. And I was like, shit, not again. But we good. No, I mean, but I guess we kind of wrapping up here anyway. Yeah, man. So, yeah, bro, like we don't know specifically if there's gonna be another gallery show, but you know, you're bringing people together and stuff.
We'll see. I definitely say the first gallery was a success.
Yeah.
Definitely taught me a lot. I was excited. Yeah. It was definitely like one of the proud moments of my life. Yeah. It's almost like birthing a newborn. You know, like it's just like
done it yet.
I haven't done it either, but I mean, from what I hear, you know, it's one of those things. But yeah, it was almost like just like holding an idea. Putting that idea on a piece of paper,
and then fleshing it out,
transforming it into like
a whole thing,
like a whole like thing where people can actually see.
Yeah.
So if you were there, like that's an experience for you, and if you weren't, like just know the next one. Make sure you're there.
I feel the energy of it. Yeah, you gotta show me something after.
Yeah, no, I'll show you the Christian music. So I had like a whole team, like a video team.
Okay.
There was a crew. I guess I didn't really like talk about the gallery.
Yeah, like.
So we ended up putting like say for instance, let me put this down here. So say for instance, this is the room, right? There was a BMW E30 in the middle though.
Place for it to be.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's fucking great.
That to be,
And then you had AB. He was DJing inside the car.
Oh shit!
So he's DJing inside the car from like 8 to 9:30. After that, now you
that's
have
fucking interesting.
Yeah, now you have Sav and Richard DJing inside the car.
Yeah.
The whole time that's going around, you have like the guys, which is Dadabase, just running around the car. It wasn't an idea that I did. It just happened. So it was like looking at that was just like, damn, this is crazy.
Yeah.
It really like felt like some Kanye shit, like.
Yeah.
Not like as a person, but just visually, it was just like
sounds avant-garde as hell.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
I'm picturing
like,
it.
Yeah, I could
So,
see.
Were they in the
my head.
orange jumpsuits?
Red.
Red.
So we're all in red jumpsuits.
Red jumpsuits.
9:30 was on the back of our jumpsuits
Running around a
to
car.
indicate like something was happening at 9:30. A lot of times you have like events, people leave. You stay there for like an hour, or you get there late. People leave. They're like, I got my drinks.
Interesting.
I mingled. I'm ready to hit the next move. So it's like, okay, how can I keep people to stay 3 hours?
That's always the thing
Without
here.
just looking at the
I ain't
photo?
keep people to stay.
Yeah.
So my mind just thought like, okay, if I do something at a certain time midway, it's like, damn, now I gotta stay. Cause I gotta go back around and look at the rest of these photos.
Yeah.
So everyone's in red jumpsuits, free drinks. Everybody loves free drinks.
Yeah.
It's like a no-brainer.
Yep.
So outside we have a food vendor.
Yeah.
So they're doing like Korean style, like barilla tacos, quesadillas, cheese corn dogs. So it's like, okay, you got drinks, you got food. Why wouldn't I stay? Like this is the
spot.
This is the spot.
Okay.
So 9:30 comes. Liberation's playing up by Outkast. If you haven't heard the song, you should definitely listen to it. It's definitely one of those like songs to make you think.
Yep.
And I feel like everyone can reflect or take something from it. From me, I took. I feel like right now in my life I'm actually free, and I'm actually able to do whatever the fuck I want without anybody judging me or saying I can't do this or I can't do that. So it's like, okay, liberation, like that's being free from a title, I guess. So that song like just resonated with me well.
Yeah.
And I was just like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, I gotta do this. Like this is something that has to happen.
Yeah.
So at 9:30, imagine that song, the song being played.
Yeah.
And then, like I said earlier, a photo just gets ripped down in front of you. New photo gets put up. Next photo tore down. Next one gets put up until like all the photos are.
So it's a new gallery right at 9:30.
New gallery at right 9:30. So now it's like, damn. Now I gotta stay at this.
Yeah.
See what the other photos are like.
Yeah, that's very smart.
Yeah.
Very symbolic too.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like literally like it's like a out with the old, in with the new, but also like you do it in such a cool way with music playing. It's like really, it's like a it's like a spell in some ways too. You know, you're kind of like, like this is you leveling up in your own world and liberating yourself. So that's really cool, man.
It's a lot of meaning to it. Everything symbolized like everything that was in the gallery was a symbol for something. Like the red jumpsuits were a symbol of when someone sees red, it brings like attention and awareness.
Yeah,
that's what red means. Like
that's facts. I got a whole color book to explain colors.
That's what red means. So it's like when you see red, you're automatically like, yo.
Yeah, passion, emotion, attention.
Yeah, passion, emotion.
Yeah,
like
stop sign.
it means so many things, but that's all those things like I felt. So it's like, let me bring this color in.
Yeah.
A lot of my work is based off of colors too. So when I feel like an emotion, I look at the colors and see like what color that emotion resonates with.
Yeah.
And then that's when I'll go and be like, okay, well, let me use this certain film to body these colors.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's kind of how the gallery was put together. And I was telling a lot of people when they asked me like, what was like why did you do this? I was like, if you didn't know who I was and you don't know how I feel when I'm taking a photo, tonight you do.
Yeah.
And if you go away and you don't like see that, then it's understandable. But if you seen that, then now you know like I'm not coming with this with like no bullshit or this isn't for jokes or giggles. Like this is like my life. So it's like it's either this or nothing. I don't know anything else. I just know photography.
Yeah, man.
So it's one of those things.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I feel like out of the whole crew, like I feel like when I talk to you, it's just like it's calm and get like real hella calm. It's just like a different kind of energy, man.
Yeah,
I enjoy talking to you, dog.
I can be
up
there sometimes.
I mean, I saw the energy like when the whole crew was here and stuff, but it's still like when it's your a moment to talk, it's like, nah, it's just
chill, yeah.
Chill, you know what I'm saying? Who it is. Yeah, man, it's beautiful. Enjoy talking to you, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate y'all for having me.
Oh, yeah, bro. Anytime, bro.
Yeah,
Any of y'all, man.
I was like, damn, bro, where can I go to, like, talk? And I was like, let me hit up Upstate.
Yeah, bro.
So, appreciate y'all for having me on this, man.
Very I can see photos of it afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. I'll show you a video. I was going to say, Christian Munoz, he sent me, like, literally a document.
Yeah.
It just has, like, a 14-minute clip of the whole night. And I was watching it, I was like, mind you, after the whole galley, like, I got drunk, so.
Yeah.
I didn't really remember a lot of shit. But then after I watched it, I was like, wow.
Crazy.
Damn.
That's cool.
You know?
Yeah.
It's always cool to have those moments.
Like people say, like, last night was a movie. It literally was.
No, it literally was a movie, bro. Like,
when people say it never is. When, like, people don't say it, I'm like, it sounds like a movie right there. It's cool, man.
And I feel like when you do something like that inspiring or big to yourself, you're like, what do I do next? Because like I set a high goal for myself or a high standard, so whatever I do now, like whether it's mid or whether it's like amazing or mediocre, like people are always gonna remember that first way you introduce yourself. So it's like, damn, what do I do? So that's kind of like where my thought process has been for the past week or two. Just trying to figure out, like,
you're firing all cylinders. There's a lot of things you said that currently, just in my life, I resonate with. It's been a very introspective. It's been really
after rebirthing yourself,
kind of
think of a new way.
You have to, it's like, okay, this is like a fresh start now. So after having an idea for 5-6 months,
cultivating it, and seeing it flesh out, literally like
now what do I
manifesting
do?
it into reality. That's interesting, man. I had one question for you. Earlier in the podcast, you said how you're eager to help other people come up as well around you. Are there any other photographers or people that you know about who we should be looking out for?
Jonathan, of course.
Jonathan.
Or 303 Jack.
Yeah, but we know, 303 Jack, man. Shouts out.
Okay, that's nice to meet you. Like my best friend, bro. Free Spect. Database for sure. Any photographer that's
these are all database people.
And then
anyone outside of database. So I'm gonna look all y'all up.
Mango Matt, he's been doing some crazy shit. Mango Matt, he's from Memphis.
Mango Matt.
He just did some stuff with Uzi, actually, Lil Uzi. Pretty fire. Connor Peterson, I believe that's his last name. Sorry if I got your last name wrong. But
sorry, Connor.
Connor, his Instagram is Connor O. Dope photographer. He did
Seen
some stuff.
Stage.
Yeah, he did some stuff with Kanye. He also did some stuff for Cardi too.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
he's doing some stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nachos, but I mean he's already
Nachos.
kind of made his name. Nachos is fire though.
No, we have Visions by Night on here.
Visions, Sean is bro.
Sean.
That's the homie, bro. Like he's always showing support, no matter what. Like he's
got his own little world going on too.
Own little world. So I resonate with him so well because it's like I told him that Friday night I was like, bro. He was like, this is inspiring to me, bro. And I'm like, no, you're inspiring. Like, you alone have inspired me, like, just so to keep doing what I'm doing. So many times where I'm like, I don't want to do this shit. Because it's tough. Like, even in the artist industry, it's tough. So.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Where I'm like,
it's tough.
There's times where I'm like, fuck this. I don't even want to do this. But then he'll, like, it's like he'll remind me without him knowing, like,
it's like that thing we were saying earlier. Why, this is why I do this shit. That
like,
second win, bro. That
so
reason.
just keep doing it. I'm trying to think. You said what? The baby thing, bro. That shit was fire. The visual was crazy. Visual was crazy. Yeah, like the wrong. Yeah, it was fucking. I was there, bro. It was crazy. Like I'm in there, like yo. What is? How does your mind work? You know.
Yeah, we had him on that for an episode. It was really interesting. And a lot of his shit, it was just like throwback shit. It was like circa shit. Yeah. He was just like, I just had all this stuff, from like a couple years ago. And he was like, I just put it out. He was like, he didn't know if it would be received well. But it's like, that'd be like some of the best shit when it's like, damn, bro, like, I didn't even know somebody had a photo of me from like this long ago.
It's that risk. Just doing without thinking.
Taking a risk. Art, man.
A lot of the people that I like, photography wise, are like people that are already there.
Yeah.
Because I like Gunnar Stahl, people like that. That's who I kind of look at. But a lot of the times it's like painters So like Meg Pie, I don't know if you're familiar with Meg Pie.
Nope.
She's a painter in the city. Willie Walleye, something like that. They just had like an art gallery at Inca. So they're like those people that like, I'm like, well, let's do some shit together.
Yeah. Okay.
Then there's like the painters that no one knows. So it's like let's get them on board.
That's what it's all about,
too. It don't
man.
gotta just be photography. Like if you like, for example, you like, let's get you on board on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
we all gotta. That's how our city is gonna grow.
Yeah.
Like being one.
It's a big canvas.
So yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Got
yeah,
some
man.
homework ahead of me. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
bro.
Yeah, I gotta look up
I'm
some
glad
of these
Bleaux
people.
was actually part of this episode. I was curious how it was going to turn out.
Yeah.
I really didn't know.
Happy to be here. Thanks.
But I know
everybody.
Bleaux was just saying, like, yeah, man, we were having a talk the other day. He's just like, yeah, man, like, Perb, I just want to meet more people out in the scene, man. I feel like I don't know many other people.
I've stayed inside the garage for like 4 or 5 years straight making music, and just like I did a podcast here like a year and a half ago, and like now I'm still here. So it's just like randomly. I don't know, man. So art, getting people together, like you were just saying, is it's really good. So thanks for bringing me out. Thanks for having me out.
Of course, I love you.
Love you,
I
and we
love
love
you
our
too, man.
fans.
I love my people, man.
Yeah,
I love all y'all. It's a community love, man. Yeah. Love y'all. Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, well, this has been a dope one, dude. You know, y'all know what it is, man.
One.
Yeah, of course, every time, man. Yeah, I feel like, man, he bring it out of me, bro. It's something about your
Got to,
energy,
bro.
man. He got
to.
he just ready to take it there. You know, some people don't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? But we got to go there sometimes. But nah, it's good. I feel
being
relieved,
vulnerable is
released.
strength. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool
man.
little chill episode.
Yeah, cool, man. But shit, I know what it is, man. Introduce Perb.
Trusiifu.
My name's Bleaux.
Hey, man, we're going to catch you on another episode of MC2MC. Peace.
Peace.